So I got up at 7:30 today and hopped into my Mazda, drove to the international dealer, paid almost $200 for his little bracket for the radiator and the spring, and brought them here. And then about half an hour later they were done with my truck, and I'm still at, this is Cambridge Mac. You can see right next to me is a new Pinnacle, Mac Pinnacle. And I asked them if they took the truck for a road test to see if the hood, you know, rattles with only 2 supports now instead of 3, and the guy said, I don't think we did. All right. So I said, okay, what's the damage? Yeah, it was the parts were $186.73, and then this is the bill. So they charged me with all my parts, right? I brought them the parts for the clutch and the parts for the spring, the bracket. They charged me 2 hours to replace the clutch linkage, just the partial clutch linkage, right? And the rate is $109 an hour. And then, yeah, he replaced the central bracket, and then he fixed the fender where the bolt was missing, the passenger side fender. Removed the right hand hood spring bracket, reinstalled. There's a couple of pins there, or brackets, and now it sits on the fender, and we lost the center pin on the top. But I don't know. I think I saved some money here, you know. But basically the tendency, what I found is that recently with my truck is that I keep eliminating parts. You know, I changed the muffler, I threw out that big stand, metal stand that was holding the muffler. I cut the muffler, I made it shorter, right, horizontal muffler. I threw out those skirts under the truck. I threw out skirts behind the truck. I threw out the deflector after I stopped pulling drive-in trailers, right? And now, if you remember, I was having trouble with the air dryer, and of course in this new way of doing things, we we bypassed the air dryer. Who needs the air dryer, right? So now I just drain the wet tank every day. And now in another thing we did, like you see, there's a tendency. We threw out the center hood support. You know, who needs that? So I think there's lots of room for improvement in these trucks, you know. Okay, so the truck is fixed more or less. Now the only other major thing is, and of course, and I did the windshield, like I said. A friend of mine said he did the entire windshield for his Volvo for like $250 in Mississauga, Ontario, which is a suburb of Toronto. Like, probably the prices there are cheaper, but it was hard to find a shop that could put me in right away, right? And I didn't want to wait over there because I'm pretty much based here in Cambridge. And these guys, it was what, $395 plus tax, but then they did a good job. Now I have glue everywhere, and they said total $536.16 Canadian, which is about 500 US right now. See, lots of money, but I gotta do it. You know, that bracket was driving me crazy. The fender, it was also rattling, right? And it's not easy. It's not just install a bolt. There's the access to that hole was very bad. You know, you really need to take something apart to reinstall it. If this was easy, I would do it myself, but it wasn't. So the clutch, I could not do it myself, right? The parts are expensive, but again, they probably would have been much cheaper in the States, but they never have them. They have to order them ahead of time, and this is the only time where I can do it, when I'm at home, right? I can wait for the parts. But probably a slightly cheaper way would be to order the parts here, pick them up while I'm at home, and then drive somewhere to US and install them. But then again, because now I'm registered as an importer, I would have to declare that at the border and pay 5% tax on all repairs done in the States. Now I don't have any free amount, right? If you remember, like one of my previous videos, I was saying that now they say, hey, this is business. If you do anything truck related in the States, like repairs, parts, you're gonna pay 5%. So at least now, you know, the truck is more or less fixed. And I drove from here to the parking lot to pick up my trailer. It's about 2 kilometers. And I noticed, yeah, the hood was moving. Like, I was looking at the top, the hood was moving more than before, but there was no noise, you know. So I don't know how long lasting this thing will be, because now it only sits on what, the front. Like, the hood is connected in the front, right on the they gave me a warranty, so if it starts leaking, I can bring it back, bring the truck back, and they'll fix it for free. So, and so I drove here in my car, picked up the truck, drove the truck to the parking lot where my trailer is hooked up to the trailer, and surprisingly the brakes were not seized or anything, you know, because that's the first thing I learned to check on the trailer. When you start moving in cold weather, just always open the window, or, you know, when you turn, just look at your tires, because that's a very bad thing that can happen is if one of your axles is seized, because brakes can get, you know, frozen. Those pads, they get frozen to the wheel, and you may not notice it, and that if one of the axles is not spinning, you go on the road, you're gonna kill your tires, you know. And surprisingly, everything was fine. I checked tires, everything's good, everything's spinning, and I basically drove to my hotel where I'm staying till Monday, extended by 2 more days, and then I wanted to walk to here. This is another like 2 or 3 kilometers, but it's really cold. Well, now it's -10. In the morning it was -18 Celsius, and there's a big hill, like 6%, swear to God. So I called a cab, the guy brought me here. Now I'm ready to rock and roll. So today is Saturday, right? So I'm gonna relax Sunday, and then first thing Monday morning I'm gonna drive to Woodstock, Ontario, which is about 20 miles, 40 kilometers, and have him check all those recalls. And like people mentioned that probably they're all old, but I don't remember anyone checking like those electric things, you know. And the oil, I think they did something. I remember they installed some extra there was an extra rubber hose, I remember that. But anyway, doesn't hurt to check, right? Because if I don't do it now, it might turn into a big repair later on. But of course, each time I do these, you know, repairs, you start thinking about new trucks, you know. Even though I like my truck, but just it's like the economics of this. $500 here, $1,000 there, you know. Like, so a new truck is what, about $2,500, and you get a big tax write-off. So for the first 2-3 years, you pretty much don't pay any income tax, and then it's 40% depreciation in Ontario, Canada, and 30% on the trailer, and you hardly have any repairs, right? Hopefully, and then you can sell it after 3 years, let's say, if you're not upside down, and get another one, you know. So I don't know, because of course it seems like a huge amount of money, you know. Every month, like clockwork, you have to come up with this money, $2,500, but, and it's no matter what. But because here I can choose when I pay, right? Like if it's not an urgent repair, I can wait and do it when I have more money, right? But when you have a brand new truck, you have to pay no matter what, right? And again, having a new truck, it's not a guarantee that it's not going to be breaking down, especially these like you know, 2011, 2012 trucks. That's why I was kind of still waiting, you know, till they get their, you know, SHIT together. And like I'm thinking 2015 should be a good year, because by then they should get rid of all the bugs in this DEF system. And that's another thing, you know, with a new truck you have to buy DEF, right? That's an extra expense, because right now I don't have to buy anything. So that's why I think my truck should be good for at least a couple of years, and then I'm thinking that I'm probably gonna get my own authority by summer. And then I found this guy, actually one of my viewers, just was kind enough to offer me like his shop for painting, and I'm gonna repaint the truck and the frame, clean up the frame, in the summer. And then I'm gonna put my own name on the door, and then at least I should start that. I don't think I'll have time to get the lowboy trailer, so I'm gonna get started probably with Karen's step deck and with this truck, and that's what I'm thinking. So you guys, if you have any ideas about the paint, this will be a good time to let me know, because as you know, like, my truck is bright yellow. I kind of like it because it's safe. You're clearly visible from far away, but it's extremely hard to sell. And I've been checking online for best color in terms of resale value, and it turns out it's either white or black or silver, like, at least for cars. And if you can see here, like, all these trucks, Mack trucks, all the new ones are pretty much white, white. And I see another over there when they have the regular trucks, straight trucks, some of them are red. I don't know, that's what Max does. You see, all the trucks that they buy, they spec, because that's the safest color. But there's too many white trucks, I really like the color of my Mazda. I think that a silver metallic truck, it would be great, because then you don't have to paint your tanks or whatever, because you already have the the shiny bumper, you have the wheels, the tank, right? And then I was thinking, just try to match that with the paint job, so that it look like, it look cool. Or you can do like a combination of colors, maybe like make it silver metallic at the bottom and the top, and I don't know, a red or yellow in the middle. So guys, give me any ideas, I would really appreciate it. And it'll be interesting to see what we can come up with, right? So let's make it a collective effort, make my truck look good. So for now I'm saving money. For that big paint job, it's gonna be about, I don't know, probably $5,000 at least, or maybe I'll add a bumper or something. I want to put a bigger bumper just to block all this air coming under. Maybe put like a skirt. I found I can buy a skirt that bolts towards the at the bottom of the bumper. So the truck is gonna look good with a fresh paint. Jesus, I still have good tires, the engine's good. So the only two more like serious things I have to fix is the tires, the front tires. It's still the after effect of that accident in Texas, when the guy pushed me right when I was parked, and then he disappeared, and he damaged the cords inside the tire, and we flipped it to the left. It started pulling to the left, and now it has irregular wear. It's still okay. I think it's been what, like 2 years now, but real soon I'm gonna replace it. And 2 tires, you cannot replace just one. 2 tires, that's $800. But that's it. Windshield, tires, so hopefully, who touch wood, I should be good for at least till summer. And then we do the paint, maybe the bumper, and I don't know, maybe I'll go crazy and I'll see, like, I like these, see, like on this truck, I don't know if you can see, but on this truck, that's yeah, the same Mack Pinnacle. See, they have this vertical exhaust, and it's a very straightforward stand. The stand is different from what I had on my International. So I was just thinking of maybe going crazy and making a dual exhaust straight pipe, because I tried the straight pipe, but it was too loud because the exhaust was horizontal and it was pointed towards the road, and the sound was reflecting, and it was just way too loud. But I once talked to a guy who has this kind of setup, you know, just 2 vertical exhausts with no mufflers, and it wasn't loud at all. Like, I asked him to start the truck, and he started the truck, and he, you know, revved the engine a little bit, and I was standing right next to the driver's side door, and it was okay, you know. But I really like the look of the truck with dual exhaust behind the cab. So those are the plans. So now I just need to relax till Monday, and then hit the road and head over to Arizona. So stay tuned. It's gonna be Tuesday. It's gonna be an interesting day. I'm gonna show pictures and do a video of that UFO slash cone crusher, because I have no idea yet. I saw some pictures online, but I have no idea if they are accurate. Like, what is this thing? What does it look like? You know, but it's surely gonna be an interesting load. Thanks for watching. I'm Sergie Dratchev, Cambridge, Ontario, Canada.